Yes, it's been good to be at the tournament. It's had its ups and downs, weather-wise, security-wise. I'm sure we'll deal with that a little bit as well. But what was really important, I suppose, was that South Africa got off to, on the right note. I think they were only at sort of 70% efficiency, if you like, which is maybe not a bad thing for your opening game, to sort of still feel as if there's a bit left in the tank, a bit of improvement, to be made in certain departments. But they did see off Sri Lanka comfortably enough in the end. I think a few South Africans might have been a little bit nervous when South Africa's innings didn't quite sort of fire to the extent it might have. And considering there's been such high scores in one-day cricket in England this summer so far, across the board, not just at sort of international level, that, would that be enough? But in the end, South Africa's bowlers did pretty well, stuck to their tasks after a really sort of bright and breezy start by the Sri Lankans, and the win was incredibly comfortable in the end, by almost 100 runs. So plenty of smiles all round, and I think the Proteas bus moved on fairly cheerfully up to Edgbaston for Game 2 on Wednesday against Pakistan. I don't think they'll make changes. I think it's going to be the old sort of stick to the winning combo. South Africa are fortunate to have a side that structurally does have most of the bases covered for most conditions. I mentioned to you that the weather's been a bit fickle. I think it's going to stay the same for the game up at Edgbaston, with a possibility of a few sort of sharp showers and things. I suspect it looks as though we'll sort of get a game. We've been getting away with quite a lot of cricket, if you like, despite the weather. So there might be the odd interruption, but I think the conditions will be a little bit damp and potentially sort of seam friendly. But let's not forget that with the team they've got, if South Africa suddenly feel that they have a major need for spin, you can potentially winkle 20 overs out of obviously Imran Tahir with his usual excellent full quota, and he's right back in form. But JP Duminy also hasn't been bowling badly so far in little cameos. So there's the potential, if necessary, for them to sort of still get, considering the all-rounders they have at their disposal, 20 overs out of spin in the 50 if necessary. But I don't think it'll even come to that, because I think the conditions will still be reasonably seam-friendly at Edgbaston, and South Africa's fast bowlers generally have been quite good. You mentioned Wayne Parnell. I mean, we knew he was an enigma before we went into the match, and the game totally sort of illustrated that. He went for 45 runs in his first 5 overs, and just struggled to get the length right, and then suddenly came back from the other end in mid-innings. And bowled, frankly, a beautiful spell. He bowled his last 5 overs, only yielded 9 runs and not a single boundary, which at a fairly advanced stage of an innings is quite an achievement. And he suddenly just was landing the ball, absolutely on a ticky and beating the bat beautifully against slanting it across the right-handers. So considering how well he'd done in the dead rubber game against England at Lords as well, I think Parnell, like it or not, for those who sort of count as his detractors, he's going to get a gig, I would imagine, at Edgbaston.